Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From the Grenadian capital, this is Network News for Thursday, March 27, 2025. In the headlines, 2 suspects freed in 12-year-old capital murder case. 1 man in custody as police investigate shocking viral video in Grenville. Technical working group given 18 months to present oil and gas findings. Also in the news, regionally, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says aid from the U.S. must be aligned with U.S. policies. Internationally, U.S. public media face defunding threat as NPR and PBS testify before Congress. Plus in the sports news, Brereton holding his own at World Athletics Masters Championship in Florida. Good evening from GBN. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. We are reporting the day's news.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. This evening, we bring you a story that highlights the critical need for proper police investigations as the capital murder charges against Jamal Young and his brother Ronald Fletcher have been dropped. The decision made by the Director of Public Prosecutions follows serious concerns about unreliable evidence and excessive delays. Details in this Nisha Paul report.
This case dates back to November 30th, 2012, when 78-year-old Emilio Nelson was found dead in his yard in Nonpareil, St. Mark, after his house was set on fire. At the time, police questioned 20 people, including Young and Fletcher, but no one implicated them. Then, 8 years later, in 2020, a new witness came forward with a completely different version of events that led to Young and Fletcher being indicted for capital murder. According to criminal defense attorney Jerry Edwin, who represented Fletcher, the case was plagued by serious investigative failures.
The matter went to the High Court in 2022, and one can imagine the pathologist who examined the body in 2012 returned to Cuba. That report was never provided. The photographer retired. But most importantly, we believe that the evidence against Jamal and his brother was unreliable. And the prosecution, in their wisdom, decided to withdraw the case.
The defense team also cited the inordinate delay in the matter, which came up before High Court Judge Justice Sean Innocent on Wednesday, noting that 2 men were forced to wait while the state delayed their prosecution. This, Edwin explains, is a violation of their fundamental rights under Section 8 of the Grenada Constitution.
If there is inordinate delay in the prosecution of any matter, the court is empowered to issue a permanent stay.
He further expressed the view that the 12-year delay in bringing the case to trial would likely have led the judge to issue a permanent stay, effectively dismissing the case. Edwin says rather than face that ruling, the DPP chose to withdraw the charges.
And let me say that Mr. Ali Gill represented Jamal Young, quite ably so. And we want to thank them on behalf of our respective clients, because it really would have been unfair to try them based on the evidence that was presented in this matter.
While the public has an interest in justice for serious crimes, legal experts argue that poor police investigations will always weaken a case.
Where our clients have denied any involvement, as it was in this case, the matter will go to a trial and a jury will decide. But if there is no proper investigation, if there's a sloppy investigation, the case will fall apart. And that is what happened in the Fletcher and Young case.
Young, who was 34 years old at the time of his arrest, was out on bail and walked out of the St. George's High Court a free man. However, Fletcher, who was 36 at the time, although now cleared of the murder charge, remains in Richmond Hill Prison, serving time for an unrelated offense. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Well, law enforcement officials have launched an investigation into a shocking and violent video that began circulating on social media on Wednesday. Nisha Paul has another report.
The footage shows an individual repeatedly striking another person with an unidentified object, delivering what appears to be several jabs or stabs. The Royal Grenada Police Force has acknowledged the viral footage and assures the public that the matter is under active investigation. Authorities have confirmed that one man is currently in custody, assisting police with their inquiries. Officials from the Community Relations Department, or CRD, stated that they are working on verifying the circumstances surrounding the incident, identifying those involved, and to determine the nature of the attack. While the condition of the victim remains unclear, police are urging anyone with information to come forward to assist with the investigation. The disturbing video has sparked widespread concern and outrage online, with many calling for swift police action. As the footage continues to circulate, authorities are also urging the public to refrain from sharing violent content, as it can further traumatize those affected. Police have not disclosed whether any formal charges have been laid against the individual in custody. However, officials gave assurances that more details will be provided as the investigation progresses. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Other news, Grenadians were briefed on efforts of the Hydrocarbons Technical Working Group to determine the country's true oil and gas potential. We get the rest of the details from Beverly Telesworth.
Sisters and brothers, one well. We have several more wells which are even more exciting than the one they just found. In other words, Grenada can be a massive supplier of oil and gas.
On the eve of Grenada's general election on March 13, 2018, then Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell revealed the discovery of a commercially viable oil and gas off the island's coast. Many viewed this as a ploy to win votes. But fast forward 7 years, and under the new NDC government, the Grenada Hydrocarbons Technical Working Group, led by Nazim Burke, has been given an 18-month window to assess whether Grenada has the potential to commercially extract oil and gas. The theme for this exploration and development project is getting to know our true potential and doing something about it. The working group has already begun recruiting technical experts, secured a lead consultant, and re-engaged seismic companies. Plans include reactivating the Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago collaboration program involving the Commonwealth Secretariat and developing a comprehensive work program. While the working group has 18 months to determine if Grenada has oil and gas reserves, it could take up to 6 years before any extraction occurs if resources are found. Ironically, the quest to determine Grenada's oil and gas potential is far from new. It has been underway since 1996. Burke shared a brief history of past efforts to explore hydrocarbons during a town hall meeting in the south of the island on Wednesday.
The then government of Grenada entered into a contract with an oil speculator from Texas, came in and was able to purchase all of Grenada's maritime acreage, was able to get a license to explore all of Grenada's maritime acreage for $19,000 a year. And when the government realized that they made a very serious blunder, they walked away from the contract. So he sued the government, or at least took them to arbitration in the United States. And of course, the government of Grenada had to pay U.S. lawyers to represent them, spending literally millions of dollars to defend the case. Before that case could be finished, the government entered into a second contract in which a Russian company came and said, listen, we are prepared to take over this license. But what we want you to do is agree that you will give us 11 blocks, and we in turn, we will pay $2.5 million US for the lawsuit. They paid $1.9 million as far as we know. When the government changed in 2008, the lawsuit was finally won by us. That company, the Russian company, the Global Petroleum Group, as we know them, that company entered into the contract, and not very much happened, frankly, between 2008 and 2013 as far as that relationship was concerned, because the government took the position that until and unless there was evidence that the $2.5 million had been paid in full, they were not going to do business with the Russian company.
Burke also mentioned that several large companies have shown interest in Grenada, reinforcing the belief that commercial oil and gas extraction is a real possibility.
Grenada, as it presently stands, must have something. I believe that. And the reason we say that is that several companies, whether we're talking about Shell, Petro-Canada, the Canadian oil company, Exxon, Repsol, the Spanish oil company, Petrobras, the Brazilian oil company, and all of these companies have all expressed an interest in coming into Grenada and doing some work.
Acknowledging concerns about the environmental impact of oil and gas exploration, Burke reassured that any revenue generated from these new resources could be invested into creating a greener economy for Grenada.
You can't just say, I'm going to set up a solar farm, or I'm going to only use electric vehicles from now on. Somebody has to pay for it. And the challenge of finding money to pay for green development is a very serious challenge. If we were able to find oil and gas, then of course we would be able to use some of the monies that we obtain from the oil and gas development to be able to finance our economy in a low carbon and sustainable way.
Burke also emphasized that the government aims to minimize the use of the consolidated fund for this project and seeks alternative funding resources to support their efforts. The group has committed to maintaining transparency throughout the process, ensuring the public remains informed as this initiative unfolds. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Technical Working Group, Nazim Burke, has highlighted critical challenges that government has faced due to unavailable files needed to clarify Grenada's rights and obligations. A thorough review of the remaining documents and national laws is underway to ensure transparency and accountability in the process of oil and gas exploration.
There was a challenge, I think most of you would know that when this government came in, many of the documents that would assist the government in determining in a very clear way what were its rights and obligations were simply not available. Documents, the government's files could not be found. And we are still struggling with documentation. We have been able, with the help of people here at home and abroad, to pull together many of the critical documents, but there are also important documents that we have not had sight of, that we've heard about but not had sight of. So reviewing those documents, getting the remaining documents and reviewing them are going to be important, as well as reviewing our laws. It is very important to undertake a very careful study of the existing laws and regulations in the industry.
Still to come in Network News, government establishes the Ministry of the Blue Economy and Marine Affairs. Back in a moment.
Are you looking to further your education but need financial support? Arise Credit Union is here to help. With our educational loan, you can pursue your dreams. Whether you're working and studying, taking professional online courses, or engaging in full-time education, we've got you covered. Our flexible repayment options and competitive interest rates provide the right support for you on this journey. Visit Arise Credit Union. Apply today, take control today, and own your own education.
Boy, yo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up. I'm coming. Karim, what you doing? Fly my kite. Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy. Why not? The wind good. Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, it can cause power outages, or even worse, it can get shocked.
Come, they gonna fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Tracksuit, water bottle, sneakers. It's time. Let's get ready to join us on the road this year for Quad Bank's annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Tell your family and friends, and let's get moving towards a healthier lifestyle. Carry a coup. Come out in your numbers on Sunday, April 6th from 4 p.m. as we pump it up from Alexis Food Store's car park to the Hillsborough Tennis Court. On Sunday, May 4th, the action is on the mainland. We're hitting the road at 4 p.m. from Montrouge Playing Field to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Registration ends on May 2nd or while stocks last. So get your packages today. Individual packages cost $20. For groups of 3 or more, packages cost $15 each. Proceeds go towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. Visit our website for more details. See you on the road for
Welcome home. Notice is hereby given that the 96th Annual General Meeting of Shareholders of the Grenada Building and Loan Association will be held virtually on Zoom as well as at the Presbyterian Church, Granitang Road, St. George's on Wednesday, April 2nd, commencing at 4:30 p.m. Shareholders are required to RSVP their attendance by contacting the association's office on 440-2108 or 459-2103 or by emailing info@grenadabla.com. Virtual meeting details will be made available prior to the meeting. Copies of the director's report and financial statements may be obtained by members upon application to the secretary or manager at the office of the association or via email.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Grenada, are you looking for locally made jewelries, bags, arts and crafts, paintings, vegetables, food, and much more? Then come on down on Saturday, March 29th to the GIDC SIAP Expo from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Camahan Park, Grandin, St. George. It will be an all-day event with fun activities for the kids, face painting, bouncy castle, live band, and local artists. Come out and support our entrepreneurs. View it, like it, buy it. Support local.
Do your dreams seem far away from coming true? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Jackpot is $300,000. Fulfilling your plans can be just one ticket away. So play today. Lotto, play and win a lot of money.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center with an allocation of $47 million from the 2025 budget. The Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation has earmarked 6 major World Bank projects to bring considerable benefits to communities, families and individuals across Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. My colleague Cherian Blackman-Stephen has this report.
Speaking in his home territory, the constituency of St. George South, MP Andy Williams listed the projects to a cheering crowd of supporters. First on his agenda for 2025 is the much-anticipated UBEC project, intended to unleash the blue economy, now categorized on the newly established Ministry of the Blue Economy and Marine Affairs.
And that project is aimed to strengthen the enabling environment for the blue economy, economic recovery and resilience of selected coastal areas. We also have the OECS Regional Health Project. That project is aimed at increasing the capacity of our primary healthcare, so that when we have things like COVID, these medical stations and centers can be able to cope and to fight in terms of the increased demand on them. And this project, the key initiatives is to improve our health facilities, including our general hospital. We talk about the new one all the time, but also we have plans to better the conditions of the existing one.
Plans are also on stream this year for the rollout of the data project for digital making, geared at enhancing systems of government within the OECS. Under that project, 8 students will receive $40,000 each for tuition support in areas of economics, statistics, and data science.
Additionally, equipment to support the CSO Central Statistics Office was procured, and the national strategy for development of statistics has been completed.
We also have the GRIP project. And the GRIP project means Grenada Resilience Improvement Project. That project is financed by the World Bank in the amount of $15 million. And it has three major components. The Baltazar Bridge construction. Every time we have rainfall, heavy rainfall, that bridge floods. Sobeys and Marquis coastal protection development of a road asset management. To date, the GRIP has onboarded the design and supervision consultants for Baltazar Bridge, and Sobeys and Marquis part of it also. It is anticipated that construction will commence in October of 2025. We also have the CANIP project, the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, which seeks to enhance digital technology, skills, and services for the governments, businesses, and individuals.
Another World Bank project to be rolled out is the OECS Regional Tourism Project.
This project is viable to the sector, and it facilitates economic growth in a sustainable and exclusive manner, as well as positively impacting on employment. And we are talking about the Fort George project. For years, the police headquarters have been placed on Fort George, but this is one of the most beautiful tourism sites we have on the island, and we have been underutilizing it. So, folks, let me just say again that this project has been on the books since August of 2017. August of 2017. And it took this administration to get this project going. The date for completion is September of 2025, although we are trying to finish before that. And when this is finished, this will be one of the most attractive tourism sites that we'll have on the island. And if you want to tell us back a bit, we did not mind, because we saw the beautiful building we have on the canal that is now the police headquarters.
MP Williams reiterated government's commitment to sticking to the task of improving livelihoods, thereby creating a brighter future for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Meanwhile, Minister for Health Philip Telesford has reassured the nation that government remains committed to the transformation of the health sector with the same vision and drive despite ongoing challenges and major system setbacks they inherited. We have another report from Cherry and Blackman Stephen.
The Health Minister's commitment to better health care was reinforced during the administration's first town hall meeting for 2025, held at the Grenada Trade Center Wednesday evening. Minister Telesford stressed that since assuming office, despite many challenges, government has made considerable strides in laying the foundation for transformation. He explained to the large audience why some aspects of their vision not yet taken off.
We utilize the time to study the Ministry of Health, study all the plans, the researches, the documents that was laid up before us, including the legislation and the policy frameworks. So we are able to digest those things and engage ourselves in preparation, get ourselves into preparation mode, which included a lot of training, and more of that training will happen this year and in the years to come.
Minister Telesford, who is also the MP for St. George Southeast, explained that one such contention is that of the attrition policy of the former administration, which resulted in an acute shortage of healthcare professionals on the island, which in turn seriously affected plans for immediate transformation.
The government then had an attrition policy in place in which for every 10 person that left the Ministry of Health or left the public healthcare system, they only hired 3.
Speaking to the theme towards Vision Grenada Resilient and Rising, the health minister outlined some major strategies soon to be implemented by government. Topping the list is that of the Hospitality Quality Improvement Initiative, geared at raising the bar on standards and service delivery, system-wide training, and human resource development, among others.
We will start by hiring a quality improvement manager that will ensure that every one of these changes, important changes, are embraced and implemented. So we are going to do that this year.
Plans were also outlined for utilizing the soon-to-be-established teaching hospital and medical village to foster stronger links between health and tourism, health and retirement, as well as health and sports. The expansion of the health sector with a focus on primary health care also remains a priority for this administration. Cherian Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
The story to report, economic expert and president of the Caribbean Community Private Sector Organization, Dr. Patrick Antoine, is concerned about the possible impact of the U.S. executive actions on Grenada's recently approved $1.9 billion budget. Dr. Antoine said one of his concerns is Grenada's revenue from the Citizenship by Investment program. However, he sees a glimmer of hope within the budget regarding the CBI that he supports.
What I've seen in the budget with the government migration agency, giving a signal that they are prepared to make concessions for projects that are domestic. That is in fact a good signal. We need to do that now more than ever in terms of driving a lot of these things internally, so we have a greater portfolio of projects with greater choice that persons can invest in, not just based solely on getting the sovereign passport of our country, but because it is also something that will give them some good investment returns. So I think that is one good signal I've seen in the budget, yes, but as I've said before, I do have some concerns on the revenue side.
Dr. Antoine is encouraging the government to be prudent and diligent to ensure greater productivity and improved tourism products. Grenadians for Justice will be leading another silent protest this Friday to demand action and raise awareness about the ongoing genocide in Palestine, Congo, and Sudan. Christina John reports.
This is a peaceful protest, but our message is loud and clear. End the genocide. That's the sentiment echoed by the Grenadians for Justice organization as it continues its condemnation for the injustices meted out to the people of three regions, Palestine, Congo, and Sudan. The grouping, a dynamic mix of Grenadians from various social backgrounds, will participate in the third such protest, joining advocates around the world for what they say is a just cause. According to Siddiqui Sylvester, one of the coordinators of the march, they are standing in solidarity for the children, elders, and innocent civilians whose lives are being stolen in these countries.
The last Friday in March, we will be having a silent protest in St. George to highlight the recent upsurge of the violence taking place against the Palestinians, especially in Gaza. We will be assembling at a number of points: the bus terminal in St. George, the roundabout in Granans, and around the Kirani James Boulevard, that roundabout there. The intention is to raise the awareness of the plight of the Palestinian people. They are now bombarded, subjected to all kinds of brutalities. Hospitals, lots of children have been killed in the last few weeks after the Israelis decided to not to continue with the ceasefire and to break the ceasefire, as a matter of fact.
On Tuesday, a Turkish doctoral student was arrested and her visa revoked after publicly voicing her support for Palestinians during Israel's ongoing war in Gaza. This came days after a Palestinian activist who led the Columbia University protest was arrested by immigration agents. Sylvester cites this as atrocious.
It's definitely it's atrocious. I mean, it's like people no longer have the right to voice their condemnation of what is definitely abhorrent and unjust. And it speaks to a kind of a Nazi type of behavior by some of the people in the U.S.
The advocate remains optimistic about a permanent ceasefire, but notes that it will take quite a bit to rebuild and resume commerce. Other countries across the region will be staging similar events this weekend to send their message of condemnation.
Well, as far as the results, no. And there have been protests all over the world. Unfortunately, the powers that be in the United States and some of the powers that be in Europe are intent on keeping the Israelis supplied with the missiles and whatever they need to continue the massacre and the potential annihilation of the Palestinian people. However, we want the Palestinians to know, and they have come to Grenada, they have assisted us with medical personnel. We want them to know that they're not alone. There are similar activities taking place in Trinidad, in Guyana, in Barbados this weekend, and we just want to be part of what is happening internationally.
Sylvester said they are looking forward to a large number of Grenadians turning up at 2 p.m. at the 3 locations: St. George's Bus Terminal, at the roundabout close to the Kirani James Boulevard, and the Grandance roundabout. The last silent protest action was over 1 year ago when they attempted to deliver a letter to the U.S. Embassy to convey to the U.S. President for a ceasefire. However, that letter was rejected. Christina John, GBN News.
When we return here on Network News, Division of Youth holds National Youth Ambassadors Symposium. We'll talk about that. Stay close.
Me a 38 but you man 92. Yeah. You need the number one run, man. That is it. No what? Nice. Yeah. Look number one. Yeah, me too, man.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number one rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Don't call me small, I'm dreaming big, I'm gonna have it all. ACB's me, start, manage, expand. They came on all my competition, got the whole bag's attention. ACB, best financial solution. for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every draw, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
No frills, just great prices, only at Courts. We don't just talk about it, we got it. Shop and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. Great deals on mattresses, plus free gift with purchase of selected Ashley items. Plus, with Ready Finance, get it now, pay later. No fine print and no tricks, only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply. Offer runs from 25th February to 24th March 2025.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anne, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. Spice Mass Corporation says no new fees have been implemented, and legislation under which it operates, the 2017 Spice Mass Corporation Amendment Act, has not been amended since that time. The SMC assertion is in response to claims of a hike in fees for promoters to host events during the carnival season. Delani Edwards, Director and Legal Fraternity Representative of SMC, cleared the air during a press briefing by the SMC this morning.
What happened is, once you make your application, based on how much profit you estimate you're going to make, based on how much patrons, based on the price of your ticket, we are mandated to charge 5% of that ticket price, and that is all. We can't go above, we can't go under, but we do have the discretion. Once persons are saying it's too exorbitant and given the circumstances, we can reduce it.
The concern in circulation is that promoters had to pay a $5,000 license fee to SMC to host an event. Edwards clarified this, saying it is not the mandate.
That is one promoter that complained about that. So the specific application to that person, that is why they would have said 5%. So we have to figure out what really went on there. I have reached out to that specific promoter, and we'll see how best we can assist her or help her in the circumstance. That's the problem of information not coming from the Spice Mass Corporation. It is almost inevitable that would happen again. But we want you all to know that once you have a question, just reach out to us. We have a Facebook page, we have the website, we have numbers. Reach out to us, we can clarify, just like we're clarifying here today. And I myself, are one of the directors, personally reached out to some of the promoters that were aggrieved by the licensing fee, and we are working our best to decrease that and change it.
Before the break, laying the foundation for a resilient and progressive nation is one of the obligations of the National Youth Ambassadors Program. Here's what we can tell you. Its purpose is to create a pillar of empowerment to foster leadership and advocacy among young people, locally, regionally, and internationally. A symposium was held on Monday to engage the National Youth Ambassadors on the evolution of CARICOM and the Sustainable Development Goals. Maureen Alexander tells us more.
Participants of the National Youth Ambassadors Program were engaged at a youth symposium on Monday at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, representing their various constituencies, to learn about the evolution of CARICOM and the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and also to discuss and plan their community-based projects as part of their responsibilities as National Youth Ambassadors. Tathian Prince is the project lead for the National Youth Ambassadors Program.
Today's symposium is not just an event, but a crucial space for dialogue, collaboration, and learning. It is a moment to harness the collective passion and innovation of our youth while addressing the challenges and opportunities before us. Bringing together bright minds and dedicated leaders, this symposium underscores the importance of youth involvement in shaping our nation's future. The ministry's mandate is clear: to build young people into leaders who are confident, competent, and community-minded. We are committed to providing the necessary support and resources to ensure that young people are not just participants, but active architects of their own futures.
Presenting at the symposium were Grenada's Ambassador to CARICOM, Aaron Moses, and Ambassador for Sustainable Development Goals, Kennedy Roberts. Both presenters were pleased with the interaction with the National Youth Ambassadors.
I think the group was quite engaging. They were listening intently, and based on the questions that came out, they were thinking, they were absorbing, and I'm positive that the discussion today, has been tremendously beneficial.
It was great chatting with the youth ambassadors and hearing their comments, because it was very interactive. So I was happy to hear from them what they would do with regards to a lot of these goals.
The National Youth Ambassadors had this to say about the symposium and their involvement in the program.
It wasn't just about having a conversation, but they actually shared their personal details. They asked us if we would be interested interested in partnering in the future, and they were trying to give us tangible solutions to some of the questions we were raising. So I think that was my biggest enjoyment and takeaway.
Did it meet your expectations, and how does it feel to be part of this program?
I would say it did, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really excited to see what the next 2 years hold. I have a long-term kind of vision for diplomacy, so I'm really, really interested to be engaged at this level, and I love the fact that they're actually bringing career diplomats to speak with us and to give us that opportunity.
I feel very privileged. It was a very tedious process to go through, but I do believe that we can make a positive change, as well as we're gaining new experiences, learning new things, and we can basically influence other youths to want to do better.
I believe that today's symposium was very informative in regards to knowing about CARICOM on a holistic level, whereas where it was established, when, and the reasons for establishing it. I think that was good because as a Grenadian, we need to know our support points and why certain things was done in the past that will enable us as Grenadian citizens and as a Caribbean region to develop and enhance our living standards and community as a whole.
The opportunities here are endless. We can only do as much as we think that we are capable of doing. And most of the speakers this morning let us know, hey, it's not only about community projects, but you can also be heard on the regional and international stage as well. So I really like that. But my passion is right here down at the community level. And I am excited and I'm looking forward to working and bringing greater things to St. Mark.
The National Youth Ambassadors Symposium also had participation from Carriacou and PT Martinique. They were happy with the information received and appreciative for the opportunity to participate in the symposium.
At first, the meeting was a little eye-opening because I wasn't expecting all the information to come at me at once. But as I sit down and start to process the information, it made a lot of sense because, well, you know, we from Carriacou is a very small nation, right? It's already hard enough to get information or acquiring information about these types of forums and events. So it was like pretty good to know.
I am Karen Marine Alexander reporting.
Thank you, Karine. Stay with us. We'll be back to report the sports news.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and nice. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherished straight off Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians. From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada's Curtis Brereton continues to represent at the 2025 World Masters Athletics Indoor Championships. The meet is underway in Florida with over 3,700 participants from 98 countries. Brereton wore TNT colors at past World Masters meets, but opted to switch allegiance and compete for the wife of his country, the country of his wife, Meredith, and grandmother. He became a citizen of Grenada in September 2023 and received his passport this year.
Everybody's going in the final, right? So before saying this to be in the final, because I've never been in the 1500 final in all the world games I went. But this is the first world indoors I ever went, so this is a little experience for me. So I try to be in the final, but there's only one problem. We have to change around the program. If I make the final, I'll be back home the same day at the final. The final is Saturday. I feel very good representing my country, to put my country on top on the map of the world. That's my aim.
Good going, sir. Thank you. Moving to cricket, Nicholas Pooran got his second 50 in as many games as the Lucknow Super Giants secured a dominant 5-wicket win over the Sunrisers Hyderabad in India Premier League action at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Hyderabad on Thursday. The Trinidadian left-hander, batting at number 3, hit 6 fours and 6 sixes in his knock to help the Super Giants comfortably chase down 190, reaching 193 for 5 in just 16.1 overs. Pooran, who hit 75 off 30 in Lucknow Super Giants season opener against the Delhi Capitals on Tuesday, laid the foundation for the successful chase alongside Mitchell Marsh after they lost Marsh's opening partner, Aiden Makram, for just 1 in the second over. Marsh and Pooran added 116 for the second wicket before Pooran fell in the 9th over. Marsh went on to be the second highest scorer with 52 off 31 balls, including 7 fours and 2 sixes. The Lucknow Super Giants will next take on the Punjab Kings on Tuesday in Lucknow, while the Sunrisers will face the Delhi Capitals on Sunday. Shifting now to tennis, the senior coach in the Ministry of Sports, Jason Stanislaus, has thrown in the red flag regarding the state of the sport. While lauding what's happening at the junior level of the sport, Stanislaus said greater effort and collaboration are critically needed.
Well, they are active, but do they have any structure? Do they have a development plan? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if you ask them, you will hear words that they do have one, but they don't have one, because if they had one, they would have been partnered with the ministry to help and continue the work that the ministry is doing. However, I mean, it's unfortunate that we are in this situation at this point, but we are going to do our best with our introductory program. Hopefully, we might be able to supply or in terms of coaches education, in terms of the expertise that we have within the ministry to help the local federation. However, if they don't request assistance from the ministry who has the experts, then there's not much we could do about it.
Finally, in the sports news, the Premier League has announced it will have 2 transfer windows this summer to allow Manchester City and Chelsea to sign players before the Club World Cup. Here's what we can tell you. The window will open between Sunday, June 1 and Tuesday, June 10, then close for 5 days before running again from Monday, June 16 until Monday, September 1. This summer features the first expanded FIFA Club World Cup, which involves 32 teams and adopts the format of the regular World Cup of the past few years. Chelsea and Manchester City are the Premier League teams in the tournament, which will take place in the United States from Sunday, June 15. But the Premier League can only have 12 weeks of a summer window, hence the 5-day break to run it until September 1. FIFA has allowed new players to be registered for the Club World Cup from June 1 to 10 and again from June 27 to July 3 for the knockout stage. That is the sports news for now. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. will continue with international aid, but those provisions must be aligned with U.S. policies. This is one of his pronouncements in Jamaica on Wednesday.
In Jamaica, the discussions focus heavily on trade, security cooperation, and foreign aid. On the issue of U.S. foreign aid and the new stance of the U.S. administration, which has been slashing foreign aid, the U.S. Secretary of State explained that the U.S. is not getting out of the business of foreign aid, but instead it will be focusing now on ensuring its foreign aid aligns with its foreign policy.
The United States is not getting out of the aid business. We are going to be providing foreign aid. The difference is we want to provide foreign aid in a way that is strategically aligned with our foreign policy priorities and the priorities of our host countries and our nation states that we're partners with. In essence, how that would work, how it has worked in the past, is USAID or some other entity would come into a country and say, this is what we think you need. And then they go out and hire an NGO that maybe are the ones that convinced them that that's what you need, and they give them a bunch of money and they come into the country and they do things. Some of these programs are fine. They're nice things. Other times, not so much. Nonetheless, that's how it used to be. How we want it to be in the future is that our embassies are involved with the host government, our hosts, our partners, and we ask them, what are your needs? And we provide assistance geared towards the needs of the nation states that are hosting us and that we're partnering with.
According to the U.S. Secretary of State, the host governments are in the best position to speak to the needs of the country, and that's where the partnership will be.
It's the host governments who have a clear vision for the future, and to the extent that our foreign aid can be helpful, it is in furtherance of what the people of your country have elected you to carry out. Here there are a lot of things, we've just described some of them. What should our foreign aid be geared towards? It should be geared towards looking for opportunities to increase skills training, looking for opportunities to attract investment and business and trade, and looking obviously for opportunities to expand on your own domestic intelligence capabilities. We are going to have foreign aid that is aligned to our foreign policy, and our foreign policy is going to be aligned to our mutual shared interests with the partners that we have all over the world.
The Donald Trump administration in the U.S. has slashed the staff of U.S. aid across the world, hampering a number of projects in various countries. In Guyana, at least one major project has been affected, and the others have been left pending. That issue is expected to come up for discussion when the U.S. Secretary of State meets President Irfan Ali on Thursday.
This other story, the future of U.S. public media hangs in the balance as NPR and PBS leaders testify before a subcommittee of the House Oversight Committee. The Department of Government Efficiency, headed by billionaire Elon Musk, is pushing to defund public broadcasters, a move welcomed by Republicans but opposed by Democrats. The potential funding cuts could significantly impact journalism, education, and local programming across the country. Al Jazeera's Mike Hanna reports.
The subcommittee is chaired by Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who outlined her argument in her opening address.
NPR and PBS have increasingly become radical left-wing echo chambers for a narrow audience of mostly wealthy, white, urban liberals and progressives who generally look down on and judge rural America.
An NPR reporter accidentally hitting Trump with a boom mic was part of a tweet Greene released accusing public broadcasters of political and social bias. There was a heated response from Democrats on the subcommittee.
Free speech is not about whatever it is that y'all want somebody to say. And the idea that you want to shut down everybody that is not Fox News is bullshit. We need to stop playing, because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinions of anybody else.
The NPR chief executive apologized for her tweets describing President Trump as a racist. They represented a time where I was reflecting on something that I believe that the president had said rather than who he is. And the PBS chief executive emphasized the importance of public broadcasting in terms of keeping Americans informed about what's happening in their communities.
There's nothing more American than PBS.
Democrats in Congress say this is part of a wider administration attack on media as a whole. They point to the DOGE-led defunding of USA global media. This is the umbrella body for stations like Radio Free Europe and Radio Free Asia, which have effectively been shuttered. Russia and China are racing to fill the vacuum with their own propaganda organs.
This highlighted in a House Intelligence Committee hearing taking place at the same time, where the Director of National Intelligence was asked about the defunding of the Voice of America.
We have ended Voice of America, which provided accurate, unbiased news, in our opinion. Meanwhile, St. Petersburg University has announced that it's opened 11 Russian language centers across Africa that pay special attention to the promotion of traditional Russian spiritual and moral values. Director Gaber, is Russia a friend or a foe? Are they our friend or our adversary?
They are an adversary.
But the threat is unnoticed or ignored by Republicans in the subcommittee, who made clear they would rather muzzle U.S. media than curb the Department of Government Efficiency in its professed mission to cut federal funds.
We do work.
Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.
A reminder of the headlines after this. reminder of the headlines before we leave you. 2 suspects freed in 12-year-old capital murder case. 1 man in custody as police investigate shocking viral video in Grenville. Technical working group given 18 months to present oil and gas findings. Also in the news, regionally, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says aid from the U.S. must be aligned with U.S. policies. Internationally, U.S. public media face defunding threat as NPR and PBS testify before Congress. Plus in the sports news, Brereton holding his own at World Athletics Masters Championships in Florida. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom. Tomorrow, Friday, March 28, we'll see the commissioning of the new police headquarters on the Carenage, a significant event in the history of the Royal Grenada Police Force. The ceremony will get underway at 4 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. However, live streaming will begin at 3:45 with a preview of the ceremony. That's it for now. Good night.